Hello and welcome back to Madmen with the Box Live, our weekly live stream where we talk about this week's Doctor Who news plus our subject to review. You might have noticed we're missing someone.
Landry. We're missing Landry.
We're missing Landry.
He has work tonight. He's got that going for him. He can't be here. So it's just the two of us.
I also assume Jermaine is also busy with work. So, no Jimmy tonight. It was his birthday recently, yesterday. So happy belated birthday to Jimmy. But he is busy still celebrating it.
That's right. Yeah.
That's because that's how birthdays work.
Video City, no.
No, Jimmy, that's so sad. Yeah, exactly.
Probably.
No differing opinions today. Although I'm pretty sure if Jimmy was here, he would have the same opinion of the episode that we watched. So if this was literally anything, if this was a Sixth Doctor story, he would be the differing opinion. I would be maybe.
That's right. I'd probably be positive.
Birthday's a month long. Yes.
Yeah. Apparently, for Jimmy, that's what he's got going for him right now.
Now, see, if I had my birthday and then traveled to the States on the same day, by the time that I get there, it would still be my birthday.
That's true. That's true.
Because you guys are in the past. I'm in the future.
You're in the future. Thank you, future man.
Thank you. Let me warn you, nothing much has changed. You have nothing to look forward to.
I have a treat, though. Before we get into the news, sometimes we go through memes and stuff that Jimmy usually sends us. Well, he sent something great. AI art, as it's called. It's questionable how much art it really is. But they've done something special. And I guess Jimmy entered it. I don't know. He didn't clarify. But apparently, this is what happens when you put Chris Pratt as the Doctor.
I'm all for it.
He's really filling out that suit, you see. He's got some... Yeah. Obviously, the face is a little weird, but it's AI. It does the best it can. Look at his hands. What the hell's wrong with his hands? I just noticed that.
Yeah, it's like his hand is like it's like this, but then like the pinky is like elongated up. So it's like this. What? It's
Did you see the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once?
No, but I think I know what you're talking. You're talking about the sausage.
Yeah, that's what that one finger looks like. Sausage finger just slipping in. Pixel. Maranya. That's not nice.
You can even see on the art that it's not like the pinky is missing. It is folded back, and then elongated.
Kind of like Davros' hands, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, though, it's pretty great. Yeah, I laughed when I saw this.
I'm all for it. 15th Doctor. I lost out on 14th. 15th. Let's go.
Well, from the looks of it, technically, Tenet is...
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
No. We're going to have to
Not
see.
Yet.
It's still... it's 10-teen. I'm telling you, it's 10. It's 10 in
I'll only accept that because that means Jimmy has to watch every Mark Gatiss episode and do a video on them.
That's a treat. Yeah, that would be a treat.
Yeah.
Would he do that? We'd have to wait and see.
He actually he agreed to the bet. You both agreed to your stipulations, so
did or you'll hold a gun to his head. Speaking of guns to heads, apparently from a very trustworthy source, we can see it's Chloe. It's right there.
Yes, very trustworthy.
Apparently, the Doctor Who Twitter went ahead and sent a message. It's actually Queen Elizabeth all along. It's been the intern that's leaking, and they're trying to silence her. But she has a Cash App. So just send $300. John Bishop's there too. It'll all get sorted. And I don't get the joke. Hey, where's me iPad gone? Is
the Queen dies, we get no Doctor Who news.
Yeah.
Aside from an image, if you've got that, they officially confirmed the title is The Power of the Doctor, and had an image of Jodie. No, we talked about the title, but they showed a like promo image.
Really?
Poster image. Yeah, let me go find it.
Yeah. Well,
because it looked like the fan one somebody made, but they've decided, hey, can we use this? Or it actually was.
You mean the one where it looks like she's in an episode of The Flash?
Yeah. Well, this was tweeted by the actual at BBC Doctor Who account.
Oh,
so there we go.
We have fun here.
Sending it now.
Okay. I think I just got it. So let me go ahead and come on. There we go. Oh God, it's really that bad. Oh, here we go. Let's go ahead and show the power of the Doctor. You're going to feel the power. That can't be real. Please tell me that's not real.
I mean, it's from the actual account, so
I mean,
this isn't like the internal the Big Finish account retweeting something.
Yeah.
Just to like spike up interest but it really does look like a Flash poster.
Seriously, honestly, I also get the vibes that if I took a image of the 13th Doctor from the Flux promo images and I just upped the contrast, that's what it would be. Right there. Just go ahead and hyperfixate. It's really that sucks. Oh, that's disappointing. Okay. We do actually have some stuff that this is pure fan baiting. What fans? That's not a fair question. There are stands. Okay. With that, we have some actual things to show that I missed last week. My bad. So apparently in the Doctor Who magazine, they went ahead and showed some pictures showing off the, I guess, what are it, Cybermasters? Is that what
Cybermasters, and they've updated the look because it used to be just it was just the plain. It used to be that design, but with the Time Lord headpiece and then the robes. But as you can see here, they've added like some spikes to the arms, shoulders, and legs. They've added the old High Gallifreyan or just Gallifreyan like
it looks gold
language like on it as details. It's much better than the initial design. I still don't like the headpiece. The headpiece is the only thing I do not like. It's so out of place.
Yeah, no.
If it was silver, maybe I still wouldn't like it, but it still fits.
If it was silver, it would definitely fit. I think that I hate this. Don't get me wrong. I despise this, but I still think the look is cool. Like if you're going to go ahead and say Time Lords turned into Cybermen, this is exactly what I imagine. It's great, but I hate that idea because of what it goes with. So no, it's everything I despise. That being said, it looks like darker, like black was added to it.
I think, it's like gray, like almost gunmetal gray. Aside from the headpiece, I like everything else really about the design.
It's really cool. If only it didn't. If only the story following it didn't come through it. But yes, with that, we also got some pictures of Ace in a suit, which
we've seen before.
It's Ace. She's in a suit. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and X out of that. That's all our news. Like news. The rest
actual news, yeah.
The rest is conspiracy theories and memes.
Yeah, we got something to do with owls. Who?
That's right. Because we discussed last week, there was a picture of RTD with a wooden, you can see the carving right here, of the owl, and obviously we've seen the art for the 300th. I don't know. It's an episode, is it? I don't know. So with that, and then Karen Gillan, she went ahead and posted an image of herself with a little owl emoji. What could it mean?
Everyone's like,
nothing.
They're literally that image from Always Sunny, which is the board with the red lines.
She's also wearing an owl shirt. So.
Oh, I did not even notice that either. Coincidence?
That's because you're good at maintaining eye contact, Chris. I'm going. Hey. I didn't say nothing.
I got a thing for redheads. Karen Gillan, she does it for me, but yeah, respectful.
Okay.
Eyes up here. Eyes anywhere else when she's looking. Sneak. I'm kidding.
Are you? No.
Karen Gillan wearing an owl shirt. Yeah, that is the news. She wore an owl shirt, which means that she is in the 60th.
Are you ready to cringe?
Oh, no. But go ahead.
You're ready to cringe. Apparently somebody posted just a Matt Smith appreciation post. From what movie is this? Oh, that's hard. That's painful.
Everybody go out and cancel this person. I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's
Let's see. Maria Aza.
No.
Don't go. We don't. But it's just, how young do you have to be? How
Well, most Twitter users they're pretty young. They would probably have not seen Matt Smith in anything.
I know, right? And yet on the App Store it's rated MA for mature audiences. Oh, but I'm 12. Okay. Yes. So this is disappointing. They will learn one day.
But to answer that question from movies, it's Morbius. This is just after he does he dances to have sex.
Okay, that was a good one. You got one.
Yes, I got one.
Okay, two more things to look at. Only two. One is actually an article, so bear with us. Bear with. That's another joke. Apparently, the headline says that Jodie Whittaker Regeneration has a Sherlock-style twist. Now, if that means, because Chris actually pointed it out to me, if that means Sherlock the show, some people aren't going to be happy. But I just took it as it's, like reading Sherlock. Oh, what a twist! But I don't know.
It's either going to be like it is a twist ending, or it's going to be like the Sherlock TV show, where either the last season is just going to be bad, or it's just going to be falling off something. Maybe a cliff, considering the constant speculation that the regeneration takes part on a cliff.
Here it is. It's right here. It says it features the fall moment where Sherlock Holmes and his nemesis stand together, and then they both fall off down the waterfall. Yeah. Does
that mean final game?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the other That's the other speculation that the Master was actually related to the Doctor the entire time, which would make the whole Missy thing very weird.
A little bit. Quite a bit. Yeah. No, I'm not sure how I would feel about that. Though we do go ahead and get to also see Sasha Juan said that apparently finishing the episode made him cry. It will probably make us cry too, but for very different reasons. Maybe tears of joy. It's over. He's gone. He can't hurt us anymore.
Chibnall can't hurt us.
Show me on the chart. Show me on the doll where Chibnall hurt you. No, it's probably just he does seem to enjoy his role, and I'm glad he's able to enjoy it. I wish we could enjoy it properly, and hopefully in Big Finish we will be able to have him shine. But yes, Video 1 City probably means final game. With that in mind, that's pretty much it for that. However, there's of course one last meme. Well, is it a meme? It's not really a meme, is it? It's more of a warning, if you want to go ahead and think that. I forgot about this scene, honestly.
Yeah.
That this isn't foreshadowing the end. Yeah, no. I don't think this is going to be the fate of Dan.
If they kill Dan, I'm not going to be happy.
No.
He needs to stay on with Shooty's doctor. That'd be great.
What's the point of staying alive?
What's the point of staying alive? He's the one that kills the doctor. Just pushes her off a cliff. What's the point of staying alive?
Nearly made me joke there.
Gets his walk, just hits her in the back of the head, and she falls off the cliff. Well, what's the point of staying alive?
Time to change. I need a new face. I got thrown in randomly because you lost your other two. Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to kill Dan. I think some of the spoilers, I guess, some of the leak material shows Dan actually going and meeting, what's his name? Oh, Graham, yes.
Well, yeah, we've seen photos of that, them meeting, so
unless Graham surprises them with a gun just randomly. Somebody, call an ambulance. Not for me. Yes, that'd be great. But that's about it.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's not a lot. There's also a video Jimmy sent, but sadly we can't play that because Murray Gold will sue us. No, he won't sue us, but YouTube.
The BBC will probably.
Yes.
They will copyright it.
Yes. It's just like them to block us. Stand in our way.
But
now,
that is all for our news segment of the live stream. On to our topic. So, using our mystical decision-making skills, aka rolling some die, what we decided to watch and review was the fourth Doctor story from season 17, The Horns of Nymon.
We made a mistake.
What mistake?
Oh, agreeing with the dice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yes, this story with companions Romana 2 and K9. For those who know, K9 was not voiced by the original actor during this tenure. So it was very odd hearing K9 not sound like K9 in this story. But it was this actor, David Brearley, his last vocal performance as K9 before John Leeson came back. He's too weird. But the story itself, the Horns of Nymon, the Dr. Romana and K9 have accidentally crashed the TARDIS into a ship which is transporting sacrifices to a god called the Nimon. Pixel, would you like to go first? What were your thoughts on this story?
Listen, we talked about not too long ago the Curse of Peladon. And in talking about that, we were all pretty all over the place with our ratings and how we felt about it. None of those problems here, because this story was not good. It lacked all sorts of interest for me. Like, they tried, yeah, but they failed. Jimmy, but you're not here. Why are you commenting, Jimmy? You're not supposed to be here. You can hop in the video. You have the link. Okay. Yes, Jimmy will kill Dan because that's his last good thing Jimmy will done. That's why BBC won't let him kill Dan. Dan's just going to go off with the die. because she forgave him at the end of that's the only good thing about Legend of the Sea Devils. I just realized that. Because Diana called and said, "Hey, I'm sorry I was an idiot for freaking out and blaming you. It's almost like I was written poorly. Come back sometime."
It's weird how both that and Eve of the Daleks had to explain something that wasn't, or had to fix something that wasn't properly touched on in the finale of Flux. Like, okay, how are there still Daleks if they were all killed? Why did Diane be like, screw you?
And they did it adequately, I suppose. And that was the only thing they did adequately. Everything else sucked. Okay, but speaking of sucking, still not sucking as much as that, is the Horns of Nymon. I'm sorry, none of these elements have any interest to me. Like the Empire, we were once a fantastic warrior race. No, I don't care. You're not giving me anything to care about. And listen, the Minotaur himself, Nimon, he looks awful. Not in the usual way of, it's just Doctor Who campiness. No.
Yeah, like classic budget monster design.
I feel like if they had done this in season 2 with the first Doctor, it would have still looked better. It would have looked campy, of course, but it would have looked better. It's just a big head, and they painted this guy in this black bodysuit. It's pathetic. I have no real reason to care about anyone. I mean, I guess if you're a Romana 2 fan, she gets some time to shine alone. She doesn't have K9 and the Doctor. It's like they threw K9 and the Doctor into the TARDIS and said, stay there for about 2.5 episodes. And that's it.
Would have been interesting to see their original plan to have the heads open up. Yeah, I've read up about that. Yeah, the original intention was for the Nymon face to be a mask. It opens it up and it's like kind of like desiccated or gross looking.
Now that would have been interesting. I would have given him more credit then.
It still wouldn't have saved the story. The story's not good.
No, the story's just so pathetic.
It's a very nothing story. I think the other thing I liked was just the campiness of one of the main antagonists, Soldeed.
Yes,
because he's hamming it up.
Remember Delta and the Bannerman? Just like that. They have that that performance that goes ahead and fills up the rest of the space. But the rest of it just sadly falls all apart. There's nothing interesting about this episode to me. And to think about the fact that this was a season finale and you had to wait months and months and months for the next one.
Yeah.
No.
To end it on this, it's not good. And I feel like there's just a lot of stuff in it that they waste. Like the whole Seth is like, he's the one that's going to kill the Nymon. That's why he's here. He's going to kill the Nymon. He's going to save the Anethians. All that. And it's just like, I mean, I guess he does, but really nothing comes from it.
It's not this grand story of him finding his way into the role that he's meant to fit. No, it's just... It's a bunch of sad elements thrown together, and they got to use their shooty horns. Look at our cool effects, guys! I also had, when I was watching it, my brother was passing by in the room, and he went ahead and he took a look at it. He was like, wait a minute, what's year did this season come out? Because he felt like the model ships were being held by this black hand. It was like he could almost see that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I understand that Star Wars had a much larger budget, but still they did all the models and stuff and it was a lot smoother. And I was like, well, that's it. Because I was trying to figure out how to defend this mess. There's no defending it. It's just sucky. But I mean, it's just the usual kind of, this wasn't very good, and it's unfortunate. You have any other heavy details to lean into?
I don't know. Like, yeah, there's I don't know if there was really any way to save this story. It's bare bones basic, but there's nothing there that, aside from the campiness of one of the villains, there's nothing there. Like, the Nymons as the villains aren't particularly interesting.
Yeah.
Like, funny enough, the audio story which was their next appearance, which is an 8th Doctor one, the Seasons of Fear, they're much more of a threat in there because they change time and they essentially replace the Time Lords.
See, that's far more interesting.
Yeah. Now they're using a human agent that they've made near immortal to achieve this.
Yeah,
like that is a much more interesting Nymon story. If anyone wants to listen to a more interesting Nymon story, Seasons of Fear is much better. Is leagues better than this. It's not particularly my favorite 8th Doctor audio story, but like it's definitely better than this. But no, like I know the 4th Doctor in this was fine. Romana definitely gets like some moments to herself, shine a bit more aside from like the Doctor. Obviously K9 is K9. There's not much to
yes,
not
Master.
much you can really...
My head is turned around, Master.
I do find it funny that the Doctor just giving him CPR.
That was good.
Please, K9, wake up! This is going to hurt. And just turns his head around.
Apparently, Tom Baker ad-libbed that scene. So
okay.
He was just doing that for fun.
Interesting.
But yeah.
So there was too much bull cookies in the Horns of Nymon. better than God Complex. Is it though? I felt God Complex had a lot more to it.
Yeah, there's far more interest in what they're trying to set up in there. In here, it's just not that good.
It's just aliens pretending to be gods.
Yes, too much bull cookies in the Horns of Nymon. I almost wish there was like something more about this to really dig into, because there's just not.
There's nothing here. Jimmy, if you're still in here, comment something. Did you love this episode? Now. You're always the differing opinion. You probably love this episode.
Did he even watch this episode?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He's probably just going to comment.
Yeah, it was great. You two don't know what you're talking about.
It's my birthday. You know I'm right. Okay. Let's go ahead.
So actually, interestingly enough, Graham Williams, who's the producer, absolutely hated this episode.
Makes sense.
Because apparently, it was made because there were literally no other scripts available, and they were hoping that with Shada, if it was actually made, this episode would have just been completely forgotten. But because Shada was abandoned, they're like, "Oh, great, we have to use this, the Horns of Nymon, as the finale."
Wait, are you saying we have to go ahead and put this episode, this one that we never wanted to tape anyway?
Literally, quote by him: "It was a weak script and a weak program, hence why we buried it at number 5."
Yeah, but they didn't want it to be the end, and it was. But thematically, Romana were red. It's brilliant because they're bulls. Yeah, I guess.
Well, to be fair, that's just her color scheme. Much how like Romana 1 predominantly. I know there's aside from like different stories, she predominantly is known for wearing white. Romana 2, it's more red.
Yeah, she wears a lot of red. So for ratings, because that's apparently listed on the Doctor Who wiki, and I have that up right here. So, part 1 had 6 million viewers.
Yeah.
Part 2, 8.8 million. Part 3, 9.8 million. And part 4, the finale, so it makes sense. It's the end. It's 10.4 million viewers. I feel bad for anybody that came into watching those parts of the episodes, because some people had to miss the original couple that started it, so it's just sad.
Sad.
Oh well. They can't all be great. That's something you have to realize, because we do dunk on 13's era a lot because of the horrible writing in there. But I will say that even this episode, which sucks, it's still not that. It's not like that,
I don't know.
Really? It's nothing. I feel like nothing is worse than an insult.
Yeah. This is a nothing episode. At least from like any of like 13's era, I can at least get something out of it, even if I didn't like it. But like this it's just boring. It is painfully boring.
Maranya has gone ahead and decided to put the science into the science fiction. The theory that bulls are enraged by the color red is false. Bulls are colorblind to red. It's the motion of the cape that enrages them, not the color. Crap. So that means my blue cape that I had ready, like, no bulls are going to come towards me. It's over. No.
Just don't wave it. Just don't wave it in front of them.
Just hold it still. Don't ruin the magic. It's magic, Maranya. We're trying to keep some of the fiction in there. Not that the Nymons really cared.
No.
But it's not even a case like, oh, the music in this stood out, XYZ. No. There's just a whole lot of. I've had more pleasure eating tofu, like raw tofu, and that's sad. But there's not much else to say, is there? This might be our shortest live episode of Man with the Box.
Not much news. Not much to this episode we're talking about.
You know what we could do to go ahead and extend it? Let's go ahead and roll for next week.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, should we give our review first? Rating?
Didn't we give our review? Ratings?
Our rating? No.
Does this deserve a rating?
Well, technically, yes.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris. Give us your rating.
Oh, jeez. I would have to give this probably a 3 out of 10. I think going any lower is too harsh. It is boring. It's a boring episode. It's an incredibly weak script. It does have a couple of things I liked, but overall, a lot of it just felt wasted.
Yep.
It was just kind of nothing. And the fact that this is a season finale, it is not the best way to end a season. This is probably the worst way.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I know
the Timeless Children exists, but that at least wasn't boring. I just don't like that for many other reasons. This is just a boring finale to the season.
Yep. I wholeheartedly agree. It's definitely a 3. I feel like that when you're watching it, sure, Tom Baker's there. It's not like he's even cut down, because yes, while Romana is separated from him, they keep going back to him in the TARDIS, doing the random things. It's almost like they had COVID back then and they had to keep them apart. I don't know, but it's just sad. So 3 out of 10 is definitely a fair review.
Yeah.
Yes, Maranya, there's no magic in this episode. Okay.
All right, so with that all done, we'll give you essentially a sneak peek with how we decide what to review.
Yes.
So what is it for next week? We did. Let me get our channel up. All right, so we did something different. We did TARDIS designs. Before that was New Who, so it would be Big Finish.
Big Finish. Okay.
Big Finish next.
Then I need a D. I don't know, a D12.
Yeah, 12.
Okay. And I got a 10.
Okay, so 10th Doctor. Yep.
Okay. And the 10th Doctor has a few audio series, but it's a good question of how to roll.
Yeah.
It's always Big Finish that gives us the trouble because seasons we just have to figure out, okay, numbers here. But no. With Big Finish, they've always had to separate their series in different ways. So he has his Out of Time, which we've done a review of 2 of those, right?
Yep.
And then what other series does he have?
He has his own series where we've done a review of
2 of them.
2 of them. But I think only select episodes.
Okay. Then let's roll for a real Big Finish Doctor. Which
mean,
would include...
if you want to re-roll and change who we're picking. Because a lot of these is like, there's Dalek Universe, which is like 3 box sets.
Let's not complicate it. We could go ahead and go. So that would include 4, 5, and 6, and 7?
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yeah, 4,
and
5,
8.
6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll do a D6, and we'll cut the 6. Oh, that's a 1, so I guess 4.
4, yep, okay.
Okay.
Luckily, I have like everything. So
He has everything. So we're just going to have to wait for Chris to send it to us. Okay. So what die do I need to roll?
Well, he has a lot.
Yes. Okay.
He has so many series. Let me actually get the list up.
I've got up to a 20, man.
You might need to. Let me double check first.
Yeah, Video City. I've actually had this conversation a few times. There is good and bad.
With the 4, the 4 box sets. Yeah.
4x4. It's just.
I feel like depending on the series, it just goes on for too long. Like the 8th, I'd say the 8th Doctor is the biggest problem with that, because you had Dark Eyes, which honestly should have only been 3 box sets. It did not need to be 4.
Yep.
Doom Coalition, I think that's fine as 4 box sets. Ravenous could have only been 3, considering the first box set does not even have the Ravenous until the epilogue. Stranded, I do like bits of Stranded, but that could have been shorter. That could have been 3 box sets as well. But luckily they're getting rid of that.
Good.
They're not doing the 4 box set stuff anymore. The only one that's still doing it is Unit Nemesis, because that's ongoing. So that's the last one. Exactly. Ravenous one infuriated me. Yeah, I know, it had nothing. It was just we're doing stuff together and trying to find Helen. Like, that was it.
Yeah. So they
literally
were
the end of the 4th story. The last story is like, here's the Ravenous. It's like,
okay.
Okay, so 4th Doctor Adventures, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has 11 series.
Wow. Okay, so I have a D12.
Yep. And bear in mind, I've already reviewed 3 of the episodes in episodes 3, 4, and 5 of series 11.
Then I can just reroll. So
yeah.
I gotta reroll anyway because there is no 12. 1. We're starting from the beginning.
Oh, starting from the beginning. You have 6 stories, the last of which is a 2-parter, so let's say 5 stories.
All right, I'll roll the D6. I gotta roll again because that's the last one. 4.
Energy of the Daleks.
I love the sound of that.
Yeah. So it's the 4th Doctor with Leela.
Okay. Well, you can't go wrong with Leela. So let's go ahead and I'll put up the dice. So next week, you already know what we're going to do. Energy of the Daleks. 4th Doctor's Big Finish story. So Now you can go ahead and listen to it too and give us your thoughts live. It's definitely worth it. Most Big Finish stories are worth it. If you like Doctor Who, you're going to most likely like what you get. That being said, there are of course duds, but you got to be willing to take a risk sometime. But that about does it, doesn't it, Chris?
Yep, that's it. That is yep, as Video City One says, most of them. Yep, most of them. But that is it for our live stream. Thank you everyone for watching. You can subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can check out some of our videos. I did a review of 10th Doctor Classic Companions recently, so go check that out. I don't know what Pixel is doing on this channel, but he does have something else. Did you want to talk about what you're doing outside of Doctor Who?
I mean, I have Pixel lore, and it's exactly that, Pixel, like right here, and then lore, like, the lore of a story. And I do fantasy reviews. So you can actually see like Jimmy and Landry over on Rings of Power. I'm doing reviews of that. And House of the Dragon, which I am late on, so I'm going to have to record a review for that. But that's about it.
Yep, and you can, whatever Jimmy does.
Whatever Jimmy does.
Whatever Jimmy does. Who knows?
He parties. Jimmy parties.
Yeah. It's too busy socializing when he should be here. Sorry, family. I have a Doctor Who podcast to attend to, okay? You should have been here on my actual birthday.
Priorities. That's all I'm saying.
But thank you, everyone. Hopefully we'll get to see you next week for the Energy of the Daleks.
There you go. Have a
Bye.
good night.